Hello, welcome back, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, blah blah blah. Now, I wasn't going to do a video on the semi-final draw, but then I was thinking, this is the first time that we've seen visually the effect of the withdrawn countries. I think this is the perfect time actually to think about what kind of impact those withdrawn countries could have, even at the early stage of the semi-finals. So, we all know that the countries that withdrew, which means they don't even get a vote, include Ireland, Iceland, Slovenia, the Netherlands, and one of the big five, Spain. Seeing Spain not on this graphic just makes me sad because Spain do always bring so much fun to the competition. We've moved past that. I think this is where we are. So the instant reactions to the semi-final draws are, for me, it's fairly spread between the two semi-finals. I think semi-final 1 just edges it in terms of competitiveness, and Estonia and Lithuania are in semi-final 1, Latvia in semi-final 2. That's going to be interesting. I can't wait to hear what Latvia's song's going to be. Montenegro, Serbia, Croatia, they're in semi-final 1, so that's going to be quite interesting to see how they all work together or not, as the case may be, who knows. But like I say, with some of the big named countries withdrawing this year, there could be question marks here. It leaves countries, even at this early stage, wide open, because 5 countries that usually hand out very reliable points won't be voting in these semis. And that could quietly change who qualifies. So let's take a quick look at the 5 countries whose voting points will not be there even in the semi-final. So Spain, which is usually one of the big 5, they go straight to the final, won't be there. And that matters more than people think, because their votes often reward accessible, poppy, upbeat entries, especially with a televote. So if you're a song or country that's relying on the casual viewers liking your song enough, those points have just disappeared. Spain will not be there for you. Ireland is a wildcard voter. They have an English language bias, but sometimes very unpredictable when it comes to the juries. So when Ireland's not voting, borderline qualifiers can lose a bit of that chaos. And chaos is often what saves them. And if we know Ireland, especially going by someone like Bambi Thug, which was brilliant, I really enjoyed Bambi Thug, Crown the Witch, who knows where Ireland's points would have gone. Anyway, they're not going to be there. Iceland is small but important. They're part of the Nordic safety net and often support the quirky entries or artistic entries. And without Iceland voting, the Nordic adjacent countries, and even the UK I suppose, loses a layer of protection, especially with Iceland's juries, that Iceland can bring. Now the Netherlands, this could be a big one, because the Netherlands reliably gives jury points to very polished and very complete contemporary songs. So if your entry is classy but quiet, the Netherlands can be one of your best friends. But those points will not be there. And with the Netherlands out of the semi-finals, a lot of jury-reliant songs could be exposed. For the last one, Slovenia, they sort of quietly prop up the Central European Balkan entries, especially like emotional or artistic ones. And it doesn't sound dramatic, but in a tight semi-final, which I think these semi-finals could be because they're so evenly spread, losing 4, 5, 6, I won't say the next number, losing those points could be the difference between 10th and qualifying and 11th and bye-bye. I also want to give a shout out to Sweden here. This is where it gets interesting for Sweden. Sweden usually benefits from strong juries, rewarding the slick production. For example, the Netherlands voting, it's gone. And with fewer of those safe jury voters, even in the semi-finals, Sweden may need to rely more on standout impact rather than automatic respect or banking on certain juries voting for them. So I'm also going to be interested in Sweden's song and Latvia's songs. They could be integral in this year's competition. So here's my question for you. Which country do you think could be most affected going by these semi-final draws by the lack of points from the withdrawn countries? I think Sweden might have a couple of question marks. Let's see how good their song is. So, the semi-final draw, it doesn't really change who qualifies, but I think with the withdrawn countries, this semi-final draw changes how you qualify. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinions on this one. Let me know if this video was worth doing. Like I say, I wasn't going to do a semi-final draw video because usually it's a bit dry. But actually I think there's some interesting quirks to this year's voting patterns, where some points that you might think would be there aren't going to be there this year. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Most of you are, because I'm a new channel trying to build up a subscriber base. Really appreciate you taking the time to watch me, and see you in the next one.